Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, the 13th day of April. Here we go. Today's halacha is this. If you forget to say morid hatal, if you're a Sfard person, or if you forget to leave out Mashiv Haruach, let's just say it that way. You know, if you're Ashkenaz, you're supposed to be leaving out Mashiv Haruach at this time of the year. If you forget to do those things, you have to repeat the Shmona Esrei. Similarly, whether you're Ashkenaz or Sfard, if you forget to switch over to the same bracha at this time of the year, in that bracha where you ask for a good season, then you also have to repeat the Shmona Esrei. However, today's halacha will be about the specifics about when you could remember it. Like if you forget to say, I should say it like this, if you forget to leave out Mashiv Haruach and you want to make a correction right away, you could do it if it's right away. Now you don't say, like this is a little bit weird because when you say Mashiv Haruach, the way to correct it is by not saying Mashiv Haruach. So how do you correct that? You can't say, God, strike that from the record. It's a praise of God. You don't want to strike it from the record. What you do is you go back to the words before it and you say, Atah Gibar Lalam Hashem Machaya Mesim Atah Rav Lahoshia. And this time you don't insert Mashiv Haruach and you just say Machal Kel Chayim. If you're davening Sfard, it's easier. You just say it again, but you say the words Morid Hatal instead. Now, generally, if you haven't reached the next bracha, the next Baruch Atah Hashem in Shmona Esrei, then you can still go back and make your correction. But if you got to the next bracha, you said the next bracha, then it's too late to make the correction. When it comes to the same bracha, it gets a little more interesting because even if you have said the bracha just after it, you can still correct it later in the Shmona Esrei by inserting the words the same bracha al pnei ha'adama, those words that you forgot. You can insert them later in Shema Kolenu, right before you say the words Ki Atah Shomea, just before you kind of conclude and wrap up all the private requests in the Shemona Esrei. You could insert right there in that spot of the Shemona Esrei your request for V'sein Baracha Al Pnei Ha'adama. You cannot do that to correct your omission of, or again, having said Mashiv Haruach by mistake. You can't say it then because, again, there's no way to strike it from the record. And also, Mashiv Haruach or Moed Hatal don't belong in the middle parts of Shemona Esrei because that's the part of Shemona Esrei where you ask for your requests. Mashiv Haruach, on the other hand, is not a request. So it can only be corrected right there in its own bracha. Whereas Barech Aleinu, that mistake, if you say, forget to say the same bracha, you can correct that in Shema Kolenu. I said that all kind of fast, so if it left you kind of, a little mixed up, make sure to ask your rabbi about these details because you're now a little more educated on it. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.